All right, folks, buckle up and get ready for a wild ride through the Bluegrass State. We're about to dive into 20 mind-blowing facts about Kentucky that'll have you itching to pack your bags and hit the road. From bourbon-soaked adventures to underground wonders, this state's got more surprises than a raccoon in a derby hat. So grab your favorite mint julep, settle in, and let's uncover some Kentucky secrets that'll make your head spin faster than a thoroughbred on race day. Picture this. It's June 1st, 1792, and Kentucky's strutting its stuff as the 15th state to join the Union. Talk about fashionably late to the party. But boy, did they make an entrance. This newcomer brought along rolling hills, lush forests, and enough charm to win over even the toughest critics. And speaking of charm, let's chat about that nickname, the Bluegrass State. No, it's not because everyone's feeling a little blue after a long winter. It's all thanks to those gorgeous native bluegrass pastures that blanket the countryside like nature's own patchwork quilt. Now hold on to your horses because we're galloping straight into Kentucky Derby territory. Every May since 1875, Churchill Downs has been the place to see and be seen. Picture it, fancy hats bigger than dinner plates, mint juleps flowing like water, and the thundering hooves of the world's finest thoroughbreds. It's 2 minutes of heart-pounding excitement that's had folks on the edge of their seats for nearly 150 years. But Kentucky's not just about horses, it's got a little something to wet your whistle too. Brace yourselves, bourbon lovers, because this state produces a whopping 95% of the world's bourbon. That's right, almost every drop of that amber nectar you're sipping likely has its roots in Kentucky soil. It's like the entire state is one giant delicious cocktail waiting to happen. Now let's go from high spirits to deep underground, because Kentucky's hiding a monster beneath its surface. Mammoth Cave isn't just big, it's the world's longest known cave system. We're talking over 400 miles of twisting, turning passages that'll make you feel like you've stepped into another world. It's so vast you could probably fit a small country down there and still have room for a spelunking party. All right, history buffs, here's a juicy tidbit for you. Kentucky's state fossil is the brachiopod, a little critter that was hanging around in the Devonian era. That's right, while dinosaurs were still a twinkle in evolution's eye, these ancient sea creatures were already calling Kentucky home. Talk about getting in on the ground floor. Speaking of unique features, did you know Kentucky is home to the world's only floating national park? Cumberland Island is like a magical oasis, bobbing along on the water like nature's own houseboat. It's the perfect spot for anyone who can't decide between a mountain getaway and a beach vacation. Why not have both? Let's rewind the clock a bit to 1774, when Fort Herod popped up as the first American colony west of the Appalachians. These pioneers were the original trailblazers, carving out a life on the frontier with nothing but grit, determination, and probably a healthy dose of bug spray. And speaking of trailblazers, we can't forget the legendary Daniel Boone, who blazed the wilderness road through the Cumberland Gap. This guy was like the GPS of his day, only instead of recalculating, he just hacked through the wilderness with a machete. Here's a fun fact that'll make your next birthday party a bit more interesting. The song Happy Birthday to You was composed by Kentuckians Patty and Mildred Hill. So the next time you're belting out those familiar notes, give a little nod to the Bluegrass State for providing the soundtrack to celebrations worldwide. Now, remember when I mentioned horses earlier? Well, hold on to your saddles, because in some Kentucky counties there are more horses than people. We're talking about 2,300 square miles of prime horse real estate. It's like the equine version of Beverly Hills, only with more hay and fewer paparazzi. All right, trivia lovers, here's a curveball for you. Kentucky's state dinosaur is the Kentrosaurus, but here's the kicker, it's completely fictional. That's right, it's just a fun mascot to keep the paleontologists on their toes. So if anyone tries to quiz you on Kentucky dinos, now you've got the inside scoop. Let's switch gears and talk tunes for a moment. Kentucky is the only state with an official state-made instrument, the dulcimer. This sweet-sounding string instrument has been serenading folks in mountain hollows for generations. It's like the acoustic guitar's quirky, charming cousin that everyone loves to hear at family gatherings. Here's a slick fact for you. The first commercial oil well in the U.S. was right here in Kentucky way back in 1819. That's right, before Texas was even thinking about black gold, Kentucky was already striking it rich. It's like they say, the early bird gets the crude oil. Now get ready for a mouthful, because Kentucky's got the longest state name in the Union, Commonwealth of Kentucky. It's like they couldn't decide between being a state or a fancy British territory, so they just went with both. And speaking of commonwealths, Kentucky is one of only 2 states to maintain that title. It's like being part of an exclusive club, only instead of a secret handshake, you just have to pronounce Louisville correctly. History buffs, here's another nugget for you. More Civil War battles were fought in Kentucky than in any state except Virginia. It was like the ultimate historical tug of war, with both sides trying to claim this strategic powerhouse for themselves. The state was so torn, it's a wonder they didn't end up splitting it down the middle. Now, I promised you an extra rare fact at number 17, and boy, do I deliver. The Barberville Stone House is affectionately known as the Little House on the Prairie of Kentucky. It's like stepping into a time machine, only instead of a flux capacitor, you've got authentic 19th century charm and probably a lot more mosquitoes. Let's buzz on over to our next fact. The state insect of Kentucky is the hardworking honeybee. These little guys are like the unsung heroes of the state, pollinating crops, making honey, and probably secretly running an underground insect economy we humans know nothing about. And for our final fact, let's climb to new heights literally. Red River Gorge is a climber's paradise, boasting over 1,000 rock faces just begging to be scaled. It's like nature's own vertical playground, where gravity is more of a suggestion than a rule. So there you have it, folks, 20 wild and wonderful facts about Kentucky that'll make you see the Bluegrass State in a whole new light. From its horse-filled pastures to its bourbon-soaked history, from underground marvels to sky-high adventures, Kentucky's got a little something for everyone. It's a place where the past and present dance together like partners at a hoedown, and the future looks brighter than a firefly on a summer night. If you love these Kentucky secrets as much as I loved sharing them, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop a like faster than a mint julep on Derby Day, and let me know your favorite fact in the comments. Was it the floating national park? The fictional dinosaur? Or maybe you're still reeling from the fact that Happy Birthday has Kentucky roots? Whatever tickled your fancy, I want to hear about it. And hey, if you've got any wild Kentucky stories of your own, share those too, who knows, maybe you'll inspire our next video. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep that Kentucky spirit alive. See you on the next adventure.